South African constitutional law expert Lufuno Nevondwe has been quoted saying only a court of law can stop the first sitting of Parliament from convening. The Chief Justice has announced that the first sitting of the National Assembly will be on Friday morning. But the Umkhonto we Sizwe party has written to the Chief Justice for the sitting not to take place. The MK party is threatening court action in the event that the first sitting is convened, as they are unhappy with the election outcome. This also comes at a time when the independent judiciary monitoring organization Judges Matter has also weighed in saying it is unlikely that the Umkhonto we Sizwe party will be able to stop Parliament's first sitting. The first sitting will start with the swearing in of members of the NA, followed by the election of the Speaker, and then there's the election of the Deputy Speaker, and then after that, election of the President, who will form the government. To give us a better picture of the situation currently happening in South Africa, we cross over to Robert Mukondiwa, who is in Sandton. A very good evening to you, Robert. What is the general mood in South Africa after the May 29th election?
Yes, certainly. Thank you so much, Faith. Absolutely important question, because as we know, elections can be pretty divisive by nature, and that is their sole DNA, really. And here in South Africa, having had a pretty volatile history, we're looking back at 30 years since democracy was ushered in. We do know 1994 was pretty volatile. A totally different scene here, just from the top of it. There's a lot of calm, there's a lot of quiet, but you can sense that there's certain undercurrents wherever you move around, because there's this anxiety that it's terribly palpable. So beneath that veneer that there's this very calm mood, you can tell there's anxiety, you can tell people want finality, you can tell people are holding their breath. They want to see what happens next, as you said.
So from what you have gathered, what are the general sentiments from the people on the suggested form of government to be created?
Yeah, apart from the mood that you say, and that this is the very different parallel here, the mood is quiet, the mood is pretty calm and serene. But from the people that I've managed to speak to, and going back again to the nature of politics and to the nature of any competing parties, there's something in there that says the people wanted an outright win. Everybody wants their party to be in charge and to make the ultimate decisions. Nobody really wanted to see their party in this particular position, especially, not least of all, the ANC. I would think the DA, they are really happy to be where they are now. They've grown, as you know, they've grown exponentially, one can actually argue. But everybody else wanted a bit of a nudge up. The EFF wanted a bit of a nudge up. They didn't want to be elbowed out of the way, out of third place by a new party, a relatively new party in outfit as the MK. And the MK came in, they were very, very ambitious, because it seems, as you know, they're absolutely unhappy. They think they could have been the official opposition. So when you talk to the people on the ground, they wanted that finality, because when you run with an election, you want to win, you want to make decisions, you want to form a government, and you want to lead the trajectory of where your country goes. At the moment, nobody has that, and that is a disappointment that is shared by a great number of the people or the parties that ran in this particular plebiscite.
Now, Robert, we do know that MK has been up in arms since results were released, very unhappy with the outcome. But what is the position of other parties?
Well, interestingly, that's where the roads of opinion peter out in various different ways. Now, you would think, because the opposition or the opposition parties to the African National Congress would share the fact that there were some problems and glitches associated with the elections, they would have a common, perhaps view towards what should be done as a remedy, but they do not. Of course, the MK party is of Jacob Zuma is saying, and most of the media seem to agree, that without very much palpable evidence that, of course, there was a lot of vote rigging, and they are alleging this, of course, to the IEC. And now the problem is they cannot give solid evidence that this is something that happened. For example, one of the arguments that is being peddled by the MK Mkonto Isizwe of Jacob Zuma is that a line that says John Steenhuisen of the DA, the Democratic Alliance, cannot be more popular than Jacob Zuma, cannot be more popular than Ubaba. That is not, of course, a very strong basis for an argument. And as you can tell, obviously that is something that is being thrown out, because this was not a plebiscite about solely Jacob Zuma and his return into active politics. It was a whole plethora of issues beyond just the cult of personality.
Konapo, Ipapo pa ZTN Prime, DSTV channel 294, the place to be.